Hi, my name is Evan Blake Kinmar. This is my historic site project on the Poe Museum in Richmond, Virginia. Poe is one of the most influential writers of our time today in modern America, modern literature. He is also one of my favorite authors, and he was definitely influenced by his homes that he lived in. This is a courtyard and the Richmond estate that you can see definitely helped maybe influence Poe in that elegant writing style that also had a very macabre feel about it. So, for example, you have stories of the Masquerade. He lived in a nice home, a nice area, and he was inspired by that. A thing I learned about Poe in this tour was that he was a journalist. And while he was a journalist, he actually sent two pieces into a competition that were for a fiction story and a poem. Poe won a prize for the story Message Found in a Bottle and actually had to lose only because they didn't want to give him two prizes for one of his poems that he wrote. And all this happened while he was a journalist. So I thought that was very interesting. I had no idea he was a journalist. I just thought he was a writer, and that was a very unique thing to learn about him. Another cool, unique thing that I learned about Edgar Allan Poe was that he was actually one of the first pioneers in science fiction. I'll read one of the bottom portions of the quote. It says, "Despite his ambivalence toward science, Poe's experimentation with the themes of space and time travel, scientific discoveries, and man's relationship to the universe clearly established him as one of the early science fiction writers." So Poe actually influenced other writers in the genre of science fiction. I never knew that Poe had any inkling or desire to involve himself in a quote unquote science fiction realm, but after reading some of his stories and thinking about that, I can clearly see how he was able to influence writers in a very science fiction direction. Now we'll end on the slide that says, "Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream?" This is actually an excerpt from his poem, A Dream Within a Dream. Edgar Allan Poe, again, is one of my favorite authors. He is a very notable person in the literary world, and this museum is important so that we can constantly see and be reminded of how great an author he was and the world that he was able to introduce us to and bring other authors the possibility to write macabre, creepy science fiction stories. I was very excited to do this project, and I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new about Edgar Allan Poe. Thank you so much.